Click your rotation on. That is the only way you can join. Thank you for connecting. Christian Ogonna, thank you so much for joining, Christian. Thank you for joining. Uche Odumegu, thank you so much, Uche Odumegu. Yeah, a very strong name. Odumegu, you're welcome. We must continue. We will not allow them to tell our story. We are going to tell our story and we'll let the world know the truth. The world will hear the true story from us. We cannot allow them to hijack the story. We cannot allow them to paint us evil, and we cannot allow them to continue to push a narrative that is wrong. We are going to be sending out the right narrative, the real thing that is happening. Just as I wrote in the topic there, information is power. Information is power. That's why it is more important that you share. That is why I am coming online on daily basis. I am not coming online on daily basis to exalt myself or to show my face to the world. I'm coming to the platform on daily basis to make sense. To make sense and let the world know the situation that we are in. That is what I do. I come here to make sure that our voice is being heard. To make sure that our voice is being heard. I don't come here to talk against people, to fight people, or to showcase my face, or to show that I'm much knowledgeable. I don't have all the experience. So many of you that are watching, you know better than I do. So many of you that are watching from the background, you know better than I do. But because of one reason or the other, you might choose to be on the background to contribute, or you choose to be sharing the videos, or because of your location, you might not have the opportunity to broadcast. But those of us who are okay where we are and we are there to speak, we will have to speak. That is why I'm speaking. That's why I'm speaking. There's no other reason why I'm speaking. I'm not here to attack anybody, not any group, not any particular person, but I'm here to push out the information that we need to hear. Set the record straight, make it known to everybody what is actually going on in Biafra land. We are the one that will tell our story. You and I know that the conventional media is in the pocket of the caliphate. The conventional media is in their pockets. They say what they want, they push their narrative. Even when we are telling the truth, they make sure that the truth doesn't come out. Chideberenba, you're welcome. They make sure that the truth is not being heard. But we will continue to come on daily basis to push out the truth. You know, when you begin to say something over and over and over again, people get hold of it and it becomes reality. That is why it is very important that we come online to continue to blow the trumpets. We continue to blow the trumpets. They must hear it, whether they like it or not. And it is important that you that is watching, you help to spread that news by sharing the video. When you share on your own platform, share to family and friends, share the group where you belong, you are sending out the message. And our Biafran people have to be awake. And the period that we are now, it is not a time to gossip. It is not a time to fight against each other. It is a time for us to encourage each other. It is a time for us to look after each other. It is a time for us to watch over our brothers. Remember what our brothers, our Supreme Mazin Nandekano said in the court. Mazin Nandekano said in the court, it is our responsibility to protect every Biafran, every single Biafran, and not to kill them. And that is why we are coming online on a daily basis, to give you information that you need to have for you to stay alive. As you all know, there are some known enemies we know today. There are some people that have made themselves an enemy. Honor, Victor, you're welcome. Sunday, you're welcome. There are some people who have made themselves enemy to us. Uganda, Henrietta, thank you so much for joining. You're welcome. There are some people who have made themselves enemy to their people. They have made themselves enemy, and we know them. Those people that have made themselves enemy are the people who have to be very, very aware of. We don't have to lose guard on them. We have to be attentive at all times, get information and pass information to brothers, sisters, and friends for them to know what is happening. Today, you know that Ebube Agu is today the #1 enemy of the Biafran people. Ebube Agu is the #1 agent that the caliphate is using to destroy Biafra land. It is no longer something that is hidden. It is no longer hidden. It is in the open. And I thank you, that Biafrans have now today dictated one of the agents of darkness in Biafra land. The agents they are using to take the life of Biafran people. It has been revealed. It is no longer a secret. It is no longer hidden. Initially, they have been hiding under one name or the other. They have been hiding. Sometimes they commit a crime. They tell us it is DSS. Sometimes they commit a crime. They claim to be police. They claim they can claim anything they want. They commit a crime wearing all manner of uniform. And these people are sponsored by the caliphate. It is the same people. They commit their crime as Boko Haram. They commit their own crime as uniform men in military uniform. They commit the crime as DSS. They commit as police. They commit the next one. They commit to bring them close. When they saw that we have dictated all, they started committing their crime as Ebube Agu. They gave them that name, the title Ebube Agu, and they used some few people who have sold themselves to the enemy. Some few Biafrans were bought over, and they are using them to perpetrate evil in Biafra land. When we have been shouting and crying of the killing of people in Biafra land, they begin to demonize us. Most of the time, they say it's ESN. They begin to tarnish the image of ESN. They say ESN is killing their people. They say we are killing our people. But it is not true. We know that Biafrans are not killing themselves. The people that are killing us and perpetrating the evil are the Fulani Caliphate. The government of Nigeria using their DSS, using their Ebube Agu, using their police. And even in that Ebube Agu, you have members of DSS in Ebube Agu. You have military men wearing the Ebube Agu uniform to commit evil. So many of them are Fulanis. So many of them are from other tribes. And there are some that are Igbos that have sold themselves to the enemies. Some speak Igbo, but they're not Igbos. These are the people they have been using to destroy Biafra land. And Mazen Nandekano came to the court and tell us it is our responsibility to protect Biafra land. Mazen Nandekano saw what is coming. That is why he's our spiritual leader. And he warned us and told us to protect Biafra land. And today, the whole youth in Biafra land have woken up and said that enough is enough. We are not going to stop in just saying enough is enough. We will take it further to make sure that the Ebube Agu, no single Ebube Agu exists in Biafra land. Biafrans have taken the decision. Biafrans have already decided, and they have communicated to us through our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Epa. The spokesperson of Biafra has spoken and said that there will be no more Ebube Agu in any part of Biafra land. Any place you see them, you take them down. Any place you see them. And the youth have taken it. The youth have taken the challenge. We are just crying about the 14 people that they took on broad daylight. 14 innocent people who went for marriage and they took their life. We are crying of that. All of a sudden, they went to Ukuta. They went to Ukuta and they shot down another person. The same Ebube Agu. They went and took the life of an innocent person again. What crime did the person commit? No crime. They said they saw tattoo on his body. Just because of tattoo, they took his life. This is what we're facing. And the world is watching. Nobody said anything. The world is watching. In Biafra land today, simply because you are looking clean, simply because you are well dressed, you'll be killed. Just for the fact that you are well dressed, you'll be killed in Biafra land. For committing no crime, just simply because you have an expensive cell phone, you'll be a dead man. They'll take you out. Either the military take you out, the police take you out, or the bank will take you out. You are driving a good car, you become a target. That you have a dreadlocks, you already write a death sentence on yourself. If you have a dreadlocks, you've already written a death sentence on yourself. You have a tattoo, it's a death sentence. You have some kind of haircut, you just mark you a criminal. This is what is happening in Biafra land today. Biafran people do no longer have rights. They no longer have right of that. They don't have right for their life anymore. Biafran have been militarized. Militarized to the extent that you cannot do anything on your own. You cannot breathe, you cannot cough, you cannot say anything, you cannot do anything in Biafra land without them interfering. This is what is happening. This is what is happening in Biafra land. And I thank you for the step the Biafran people have taken. The step the Biafran youth have taken to make sure that no Ebube Agu exists anywhere in Biafra land. No Ebube Agu should exist anywhere in Biafra land. Enough is enough. You have seen all the protests that are going on. But while you are protesting, you must be very, very careful. Go for a protest that your mind keeps you to go. We have already called for a seat at home to show our grievance to the whole world. Do not expose yourself to danger. Do not expose yourself to danger. Before you go for any protest, do not listen to any instruction you did not hear from the spokesperson of Biafra in order to not expose yourself to danger. We know that the enemy is still working. The enemy is still working to create a loophole to take the life of Biafran people. The enemy is still working in different forms, in several ways, to make sure that the life of Biafrans have been in danger. But remember what Mazen Nandekano told us, to make sure we protect Biafran land and make sure that Biafran don't die. That was the message of Mazen Nandekano. That is why Mazen Nandekano gave him issue of sit at home. That is why we have anchored on sit at home. When you hear sit at home, that sit at home is enough for you to make the whole world to turn their attention in Biafra land. Sit at home is enough to make them make the whole world turn their attention on Biafra land. That is why you must not play with it. Pay attention. Pay attention. Pay very much attention. Listen to instructions. Follow the right instruction. The enemy is still there. The enemy is still there. The enemy is still there, very much available. As the case of Ebube Agu, the instruction have been given. Those whose responsibility it is, there are people who have that responsibility to make sure that Ebube Agu does not exist anywhere in Biafra land. They are doing the needful, and they know themselves. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way. You don't have to put yourself in harm's way. Open protest. We know we are dealing with animals. We know we are dealing with criminals. We know we are dealing with monsters. Do not allow anybody to push you into something that is something going to endanger your life out of his own personal selfish interest. Don't allow somebody to push you to something that is not good out of his or her own personal interest. There is nothing wrong in protesting. If the time is right, if a protest is going to be called, you are going to hear the announcement of a mega protest from the spokesperson of Biafra, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He is going to send it across, and you will hear all the piloters talking about it. I am not saying it is wrong to protest. It is good to protest when you have to protest. When you have the conviction that the environment is okay for you to protest, you can protest. But please do not expose yourself to danger. Mazi Nandekan has given us instruction to protect Biafra land, not to kill them. If you know anything that is going to expose Biafran person to death, do not get engaged in it. If any protest will be called, any mega protest is going to be called in Biafra land, there is going to be a protection for Biafran people, because we know we are dealing with animals. It is no longer history. We know we are dealing with animals. The Zoological Republic do not respect any law. You saw what they did to people, even in the north. People who are protesting, the what do they call them? The other session that were protesting in the north. When they protested, they came out and opened fire on them. They took their life. The El Zazaki group, we are processing in Abuja, Federal Capital Territory. They opened fire and they took many of their lives. The same thing with IPOB. They have been, each time we will protest, they open fire. Each time we will protest, they open fire, and nobody's fighting for us. And that was why Chukwu Okeke by himself gave Mazen Nandekano this seat at home. You see, Mazen Nandekano did not just wake up and say it. He was praying on his knees. Mazen Nandekano was on his knees, praying and crying to Chukwu Okeke because people were blaming him. The whole world and people were blaming him for the death of the Biafran people. Mazen Nandekano shed tears and he cried. He knelt down and prayed to Chukwu Okeke, and Chukwu Okeke gave him the seat at home. Chukwu Okeke gave him that insight. Introduced seat at home. And that seat at home has been working miracle and magic. That seat at home has become a loud voice. You call it seat at home, you think it is a little thing. While you are sitting there at home, the whole world is focused on you. While we are sitting at home, even the Janjaweed cannot control it. Even the Janjaweed they can't bear it when we are sitting at home. They feel the heat. Sit at home remains the strongest weapon. That is why each time you hear sit at home, you have to please, in the name of God, please abide by it. Abide by it. Listen to instruction that is coming from the right source. Information is power. Information is power. Information is power. Mind the people you listen to. Mind the people you listen to. Today, we are in the age of technology. In the age of technology, so many voice messages are going to come to you. So many voice messages are going to, somebody are going to send some WhatsApp message. So many WhatsApp message, audio message from all corners, from all angles. You have to filter it before you believe it. You have to filter it. At least we know people with somebody who can see him speak. We have a spokesperson whom, when he's talking, you will hear him, you will see him speak. Each time he gives an order, each time he gives an instruction, I cut it off so that, you know, most of the time his broadcast is very long. When Mazi Simon Ekpa is broadcast, his broadcast might be long, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, 1 hour. But I try to cut out the important message. If there is important message of sit at home, I will cut it out in a few minutes and I will post it. And you're going to see the raw message, the way it is. I am saying this so that you know you don't go and expose yourself to danger. We have to be very, very careful the information we hear. We have to be very, very, very careful the information we hear and what we follow. Sit at home has always been the greatest tool. When it is time for a mega protest, you are going to hear it. And let me tell you, the Biafrans that gave you that order to move will protect you. They are going to protect you. They are going to protect you. Biafrans cannot just tell you to go out and protest and we fold our hands and watch you being killed. No, we cannot do that. We have died enough. We don't want to lose more people. If you have a conviction for protest and you see the environment is okay, you are free to protest. But let me tell you, it is not good for us today to protest in Biafra land. We don't want to lose more people anymore. We don't want to lose more people anymore. Sit at home is enough for us to show our grievances. If there is need, if there is any need for us to protest outside, you are going to hear it from the right source. And let me tell you, if such thing is being announced, there will be a mega security to protect you. There will be a security to protect you. As for Ebube Agu remains out of bound in Biafra land. Ebube Agu is banned in Biafra, any part of Biafra land. The present south-south and the southeast in the lower Benue, Ebube Agu is bound in all those areas. And there are people that it is their responsibility to hunt them down wherever they are. There are people whose that is their responsibility. It's their responsibility to make sure that Ebube Agu doesn't exist anywhere in Biafra land. Allow them to do their duty. Allow them to do their duty. We don't want you to go and put yourself in the arm's way. When we are here all the time talking about self-defense, doesn't mean you have to take empty hand to go and fight somebody who is with the AK-47. No. You don't have to do that. When you are defending yourself, you have to first of all equip yourself with the same force that the person is coming towards you with. You have to first, when you want to defend yourself, you have to equip yourself with the same force. Even if it is an empty hand, you cannot go and face somebody who you know will beat you to death. You don't do that. Even if it is empty hand, just say you want to box the person. If you see somebody that you cannot be able to fight, why must you go and challenge your God? Or the only way to defend yourself in such case is to run away, run for your life. Use your leg and bail yourself. You use your leg and bail yourself. But when the person is coming with a weapon and you can face him, you get the same weapon that the person is using. That is what you're going to use to face the person and to take him or her out. That is what self-defense is all about. And that is why we are saying, don't go and put yourself in harm's way. As for Ebube Agu, their cup is full. Their cup is full. Biafran land have rejected them. Biafrans have spoken and said they do not want to see any single one of them, not their office, not their house, not their members, not their informant. Anybody that is associated with the Ebube Agu cannot be found anywhere in Biafra land. If you are associated with the Ebube Agu in any way, in any manner, if you have anything to do with the Ebube Agu, you rent a house for them, you are keeping their vehicle, you are keeping their instruments, you are their informant, you are feeding them, you are working with them, you are condemned. You are totally condemned. The only thing that can save you is to leave Biafra land. The only thing that can save you now is to leave Biafra land. If you remain in Biafra land, you are going to go down. We have lost a lot of people. We have sacrificed a lot. We have been shouting and crying and shouting and pleading and begging, and they refuse. They continue to take the life of Biafran people on a daily basis. The more we shout, the more they take more life. The more we cry, the more they take longer life. And after taking the life, they will come and blackmail us. After taking the life, they will deny it, they rub it in our face. They will spit on us and rub it in our face. Just imagine, while we are crying about the 14 people that they took their life in Imo State, they are still doing more. They are busy taking more lives. That is how heartless they are. That is how wicked this set of people are. We are dealing with people who don't have conscience. We are dealing with animals. We are dealing with people who don't have human feeling in them. That is why every Biafran all over the world must wake up and speak up. Wake up and speak up. If you have not shared this video, please kindly share. Share this video. If you have not shared, share this video. Share to all platforms. Share it to family and friends. Information is power. Information is power. If you cannot make a video, you can share. You can share. Whenever you see somebody that is speaking out for Biafra, a genuine person speaking out for Biafra, you share the video. Make the video go viral. The social media is the only weapon we have. We don't have the conventional media. The conventional media will always speak against us. They will always talk against us. Look at our brothers have been killed. Our brothers were killed by Ebube Agu, and what the conventional media is doing in Nigeria is to paint them evil. They are busy pushing the narrative of the enemy. pushing the narrative of hope who came to call our brothers bandits and criminals. The conventional media is busy pushing their narrative, even when they have seen evidence, proven evidence to show that our brothers that they took their life are innocent. Very, very innocent. Very, very innocent. Evidence are there, eyewitnesses are there, people on the ground, yet they are pushing that agenda. You see why it is important that you share videos when you see them. When you see us passing information, you share the video. Mainly the autopiloters. Mazin Nandekano gave us instruction to share the video of our brother Simon Ekpa. Wherever you see Simon Ekpa video and instruction, share it. It is going to save a lot of life. The world is watching. Even if they do not want to do anything, we will continue to speak and speak and speak, so that when we begin to act as we are starting now, as we have started taking action, they will not say we didn't cry. They will not say we didn't complain. They wouldn't say we didn't tell anybody. The world have had us. We have cried enough. We have died enough. We have spoken enough. It is time for us to defend ourselves. The defense of Biafra land have been activated. Those whose responsibility it is to defend Biafra land, they know themselves and they will do the needful. All you have to do is to support the ESN. The ESN, support them the best way you can. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Go to the platform, go to the flyer. Any place you see the ESN flyer, you will see the address there. You see the link of how to pay through the website. Go to our brother Simon Ekpa platform. You will see the flyer. In this my platform, you will see a flyer there. You see the flyer. See the website. You can donate to that website at any given time. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Do not wait. We are going to sponsor them and support them to make sure that this very defense that have been activated will be effective. We cannot sleep. We cannot keep quiet and watch them continue to mow us down. This is the time for us to disseminate information. If you see something, you say something. Don't keep silent. If you see something, mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, we are getting into the tough stage. We are getting into a tough stage. At this stage, if you see something, you must say something. Don't keep silent. Don't keep silent. Those of us that are abroad, when you get information, share it to your families in Nigeria. Share it to their families. Tell them what is happening. Information is power. It is through information that we can be able to be alive. It is through information that we can be able to stay safe. It is through information that we know what is happening and what will happen when it has not yet happened. When you have the information, nothing is going to take you by surprise. We do not want these people to take us by surprise. They will not. And we don't want to surprise any Biafra. That is why it is important we come online on a daily basis and begin to speak of the situation of things and the way forward. Today, Biafrans are ready to defend themselves. We are going to defend ourselves by all means possible. It is not going to be easy, but we are not relenting. It's not going to be a child's play. It is not going to be a child's play to defend Biafra land. It's not a child's play. But any place you are in Biafra land, you must stand firm and stand strong. You must stand firm and stand strong and be focused. The challenges are going to be tougher, but at the end of the day, it is going to be easy. Mazin Nandekano made it clear that they're going to kill us, and we are going to kill them. But at the end of the day, Biafra will definitely come. That is the end of it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And 2023 marks the Biafra coming. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or don't believe it. If you don't believe it, you are going to sleep in Nigeria and you wake up in the morning, you find out that you're in Biafra land. That is how it's going to happen. You will sleep and you wake up and you discover that now you are in Biafra. It is no longer in the Zoological Republic. It's definitely going to happen. It doesn't matter whether you believe it or you don't believe it. That doesn't matter. It doesn't count anymore. It doesn't count anymore. And we don't have time to begin to convince you to believe. Everything that is happening today, if you're not convinced with the things you are seeing happening, you are not yet convinced, it's left for you. That is your business. If you're not yet convinced, it's your own business. We can't force you. You have rights. If you decide to commit suicide on your own, you have the right to take your own life. There are so many countries in the world where people can decide to take their own life. They just go and take their life. So many people have that right to take their life. So we can't stop you. Whatever you choose to do, it is your own. It's your personal idea, whatever you choose to do. But for Biafra, Biafra will definitely come. And every single one of us have a role to play in the coming of Biafra. We have a role to play. Anything you know you can do, that thing that Chukwuka is putting in your heart on a daily basis, start doing it. Don't wait until somebody come and encourage you. Don't wait until somebody come and praise you. Don't wait until you begin to gather people. Don't wait. On your own, begin to do that little thing. that thing you call little, that thing you call little that Chukwuka is putting in your heart, when you do it and Chukwuka breathes in it, when you breathe in it, it is going to go wild. It's going to go farther than you expect. Just like as we are broadcasting. As you are broadcasting, you can see 20 people watching, you see 3 people or 4 people watching. Those people are reaching out to other people. Other people are reaching out to other people. Before you know it, the whole world will get information of what is happening. Everything we are saying today is having effect. It's having effect. The world is watching. The world is watching. You think they're not seeing it? Sometimes you think that the world are not listening. They are listening and they are seeing what is happening. You see, recently they came and said that Mazen Nandekan should be released. In as much as we know that what they're saying, just proof. It's just a proof to show that they know what is going on in Biafra land. And they are hearing us, they are seeing us. That's just a proof. It is not because of what they said. Because if they are serious, they are not going to say it. If they are serious, they are going to give sanction. This is more than a year. More than a year, an innocent man is being detained. And up to today, Mazen Nandekano is still facing torture. Mazen Nandekano is still going through torture in the hand of the DSS. Go and check the last visit. In the last visit, they have made it more difficult for the lawyers to go and see him. In the last visit of the lawyer, go and check the update that Ifa Ejiofor gave.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold the whole of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they are saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere. We must continue.